Oh, yes, absolutely, without a doubt, 100%. There is someone on that poster that I do want to face. And if I rewind it back to, there was a moment during COVID where we had our little Power Slam season 2. And on Power Slam season 2, we had a nice little interview format. And on that interview format, we watched some of our favorite CEW moments. And what I sat down with Jeff and watched was a match between myself and Trevor Murdoch. And I was having a great time ruining Jeff's night. But I also, in the back of my mind, and as I watched out of the corner of my eye on that little computer screen, I saw what was one of my biggest defeats in Central Empire Wrestling. I lost to Trevor Murdoch. And ever since that moment, Trevor Murdoch has done some absolutely astounding things. And I've talked to Trevor over the years plenty of times looking for advice in my career, what I could do, where I should go, all types of different stuff. He actually turned into a little bit, I would say, a friend, someone I could turn to, almost like a mentor. And then after a while, it kind of died off. If I had a question, it was a very short response. And after a while, I kind of thought to myself, I go, okay, Mr. NWA World Champion, pretty busy. He doesn't have time to help build the future of Central Empire Wrestling. And that didn't really sit right with me. I thought to myself, I go, this guy, he comes into Central Empire Wrestling, he beats me, he gives me some advice, and then he just ghosts me. And that didn't sit right with me. And I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe I'd be lucky enough. And I'd walk into Bridge City Slam when I saw his name, and I said, you know what? I'm going to face the NWA World Champion. And he couldn't even keep that. Trevor Murdoch needs to have the revenge that JTRG is seeking. I would love at Bridge City Slam to see on that poster JT Energy versus former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Trevor Murdoch. Don't get me wrong. He has done amazing stuff. He, as far as I'm concerned, he's probably still at the absolute top of his game because he wasn't carrying that 10 pounds of gold just being, good old boy Trevor Murdoch. No, he turned into a new version of Trevor Murdoch. He's the one that was going one-on-one with Nick Aldis. The NWA is as high as it's ever been. And to think that someone like myself is not on the spectrum or on the eyes of the people that run shows like that, it's extremely disrespectful to myself. And I would like to prove to him that since he left, the game has changed. I've had my eye on Trevor Murdoch. But I don't know if Trevor Murdoch has had his eyes on me. And if he hasn't, that's his own fault. And if he comes to Bridge City Slam and he wants to accept my challenge, then I plan to do what Storm Thomas did and steal the show.